It has been a little bit, but we are back with a brand new episode of the AJ Show. And today, let's talk about Nintendo E3. The new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 trailer is happening. It's happening in 2022. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's talk about the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. The sequel that they're working on, which is not really going to be called Breath of the Wild 2, apparently, because that's just right now a tentative title. Let's dive into this. I know everybody else on YouTube has probably already gave their piece, their spill about the new Breath of the Wild trailer that's coming out for the Legend of Zelda series, and it is no secret that I'm a Legend of Zelda fan. No secret at all. And so, let's preview the trailer, and let's talk about it for a moment. I'm going to play it right here. Oh, you got some malice happening. Oh, mummified Ganondorf. Zelda's falling. All right. And now we got Link falling from the sky. Paragliding to floating islands? You haven't seen floating islands in Skyward Sword. Oh, look at the enemies. Oh, heck no! Oh, Link's arm. Did you catch that? He's got some weird special abilities with that arm of his. Looks like he's been consumed by some malice, transformed his arm. And Hyrule Castle is going up in the sky? Huh. Very interesting. Well, alright then. Coming out in 2022. Wow. What a trailer. So, did you like Breath of the Wild? You may like Breath of the Wild too. Of course, I'm not even sure if that's going to be the official title for this video game for the Legend of Zelda series. Now, man, I tell you what. It is interesting to see if you've played Skyward Sword, which is basically considered in the timeline, the beginning of the Zelda series, where you have this cloud barrier that basically protects all the lands that are up in the sky. All right, so basically up there is where Skyloft resides. This is where, let's just say, the former kingdom of Hyrule once was. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember quite well. I got to replay Skyward Sword, which is coming on Nintendo Switch in July, re-release for it. I've got it on the Wii, but I'm curious to see how the new one's going to play. But yeah, it looks like, definitely continuation from Breath of the Wild. I'm not sure how this is all going to play out, because I know at the end of Breath of the Wild, we defeated Calamity Ganon, it basically just got rid of him. So we thought, all right? And then you get, the Age of Calamity, the prequel, which is basically a Hyrule Warriors, Dynasty Warriors type style fighting game, where you're leading troops and you're just hack and slashing your way, doing all these different campaigns and such. And of course, it kind of retells the story of what happened 100 years prior to Breath of the Wild, but there are some time travel issues with it. And so you're kind of wondering, where is this going to fall in? Does it follow that timeline, or is it going to be a direct of Breath of the Wild? Because I think Age of Calamity, which I have not finished it yet, Age of Calamity kind of rewrites history a little bit. I don't know for sure, to be honest, but man, I gotta finish Age of Calamity. I really do. But I know what happens at the end, at least, because I've already looked into the spoilers for that. But, you know, to me, it just feels like they split timelines again on that one. I'm like, great, another timeline split. So then you see, you know, Link fighting on, you know, the surface world. You know, he's now got this malice, whatever type arm. I don't know what's happening with his arm, but his arm is now doing all these cool things that the Sheikah Slate did in Breath of the Wild. And so that's going to be an interesting mechanic. Does he have the Master Sword? Because it looks like he was holding the Master Sword while his arm was getting consumed by that malice and stuff that was going on. Does something happen to the sword? I don't know. And then you see all these islands in the sky. So does these islands take off at the beginning of the game? You know, or are these already established islands that were there all the way back to Skyward Sword's era? And then there's the question of what happened to the Zonine people. Could they have taken to the skies? Because you see some traces, evidence of that. So there's a lot of mysteries. There's a lot of mysteries happening with this game. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this game. You kind of see the, you know, the Breath of the Wild tunic and style that he has. But then when you see him in the sky, you know, you see kind of a little bit longer hair of Link. You see a different outfit. Is there going to be maybe a time jump somewhere? Or is there a time travel thing happening somewhere? Because Legend of Zelda has been known to do some stupid time travel things. I mean, look at Ocarina of Time. You created 3 different timeline errors with that game. All right, where the hero is defeated. You have where the hero, the adult timeline, and then you have the child timeline where Link gets sent back in time to, you know, relive his childhood and stop Ganon before all the crap happens. Yeah, it's a mess. If you try to follow the timeline of Legend of Zelda series, it's crazy. And we're still unsure where Breath of the Wild fits in the timeline at all. I'm sure it's towards the end, somewhere in the end. I don't know where it falls and what timeline it is. And there's theories that possibly it merges all the timelines together. I don't know. And so there's still that mystery going about it. But Breath of the Wild 2 looks like a very good game. And I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to play it once it comes out in 2022. And of course, now I want to go finish Age of Calamity. I got to make some time for that and kind of get that one under my belt and wrapped up. But it looks promising. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 looks very promising. And I'm excited to see this game. So that's really all my thoughts on that. The trailer, you know, the first trailer, they kind of gave us, you know, Zelda and Link going through these underground caverns. Look like it's probably beneath Hyrule Castle. All right. And then you see this mummified corpse of Ganondorf right underneath there. That I'd like to know what happened to that backstory of this guy here. And then next thing he just awakens, and that's kind of where that first trailer from 2 years ago ends. And now you get this other trailer. Now you're seeing he's coming back to life. And I'm like, what's happening? All right. What is happening with this? So, but that's my thoughts, you know, about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 from E3. And then there's a lot of good announcements from E3 from Nintendo. We got a new Metroid game coming out. Come on, somebody. For all those who've been crying about Metroid. All right. Where's the next Metroid game? Well, it's coming. Metroid Dread. So it's a 2D style game. So that might be one I may want to pick up too as well. But other than that, that's all I got for this episode. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. My thoughts on the new Breath of the Wild trailer. Excited to see it and get my hands on that game whenever it comes out in 2022. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day. Take care.